What's up, everybody? Hashtag 40 Acre Addicts. I'm your host, Steven, joined by my co-host, Henry. This is the 40 Acre Addicts show, and we are here with all kind of weird news, I guess you could say, for this week.
Good and weird.
Big 12 Media Days turned out great for our horns, but the start of the Brent Venables error is what's going on there? Man said he put the whole fire hose in his mouth. And they're what, Gat?
They're blowing and going.
They're blowing and going.
I don't know what that means they're doing over there in Norman, but I want to know. If Chris with a K can comment on it, like, come on, tell us what's going on out there, bro.
Venables,
what is y'all's coach doing during practice?
I don't want to know what their stretches look like.
I know how big firemen's hoses are. that's a big hose to be put in your mouth. Like, what kind of analogy is that?
My Lord, you started off with, this is my first time as the head coach. I want to make sure that I do things right the first time, that there's no room for error and trial and tribulation. I ain't trying to start it like that. I want to be right just off the rip. So with that being said, we're putting the whole fire hose to our mouth.
Somebody's got to make a meme out of that and put it on Facebook, like, instantly.
I promise all you out there, I was not able to make it to Big 12 Media Days this year, but next year I will be taking vacation time off to go to the Big 12 Media Days in Dallas. If I don't have to travel further, if we're not already in the SEC by then. I mean, I think we'll wait another year until Quinn's gone, until 2024. But you just know.
I didn't even know regular Joes could go to the media days.
You gonna find out?
For reporters and stuff.
That's a good point, Gat.
Yeah. I don't think we're invited. We're not invited to the combine.
That sucks, dude. Like, we need to ask somebody how to get invited.
We just gotta become a reporter for any type of newspaper, magazine, website. They call it credentials. You gotta have your credentials.
Then why don't everybody watching right now hit that like, subscribe button?
Yeah, man, get us our credentials. You see that? It's just right there. It's right there.
Because if y'all want to see some Big 12 Media Days, and we're going to give you the behind-the-scenes stuff, Gary Patterson sniffing armpit a year ago type of stuff. We want to show you everything. An interview's an interview. What happens when the man don't got the camera in his face? That's what we want to see. That's what we want to catch on camera for all y'all. So you know what to do. Support.
Somewhere down there.
Somewhere down there.
Clickety click, 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 click.
It's that little Aggie sign that you see down there. Hit that. That little like button.
I had to say it. That's the vomit word. Aggies. I can't wait to play them again, man. Shoot, I can't wait to play them again. That was one of the best rivalries in college.
The SEC short, y'all need to go subscribe to that channel. They always drop the funniest little clips. But that Bradley Cooper Texas video was priceless, man. That was a good one. But back to sports, man. Let's get into this season, because in all reality, we ain't blowing and going on no fire hose down here in Austin. It's all gas, no brakes down here. And we have formed one of the most craziest off-season between NILs, the deals that our players are making with Fortnite to Lamborghinis, recruiting, transfer portal. Spring game was fire. I think there's something to be held here. I mean, Texas spent a lot, like we always said with Herman, they weren't giving Herman the resources to be the team he wanted to be. How many times did they give him mediocre coaches? Chris Ash came from a losing season. They gave him crap to work with.
True.
They breaking the bank out with this man.
We got assistants making $1 million right now.
Yeah.
A few of them, I think. Matter of fact.
And this is how it's supposed to be, is it not yet? This is Texas. We're supposed to have the best of the best of the best, sir.
We're supposed to have a head coach as a special assistant to the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're supposed to have stuff like that. Every advantage that we could get, we should have.
Head coach, ex-head coach of one of our rivals in our conference.
What do you think the greatest turnaround from 5-7 to right now is as a whole for the team, whatever?
That's realistic.
That's just, the best turnaround that you've seen.
Refer the question again.
What is Sark turned around between the end of last season, the 5-7, to right now? Okay. What are you most excited about his, flipping something?
I like the numbers of the entire team, of how much has been percentage-wise. He said in his interview, I think it was like a 60-something% flip.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the core on the initial front that he's brought in, that's preparing us for the SEC and not so much the Big 12.
Amen.
He's definitely looking for the SEC. And with that being said, if you're preparing for the SEC, you're already preparing more advancedly, I guess you would say, than if you're preparing for the Big 12. So you're already doing yourself a favor there. So when you do play your Big 12 opponents, you're going to be looking at them as if they were Georgias and Floridas and got a little tongue twisted there. Ole Miss, Tennessee. Tennessee's supposed to be good this year, but you're picturing them like these SEC schools, and they're not. They're not. So prepping yourself for Goliath and fighting, like if you're fighting Goliath and you're actually fighting Smeagol, you got a lot more favors to win and win big.
Yeah, mine would be his turnover of the wide receiver room. Last year we had Jordan Whittington for 4 or 5 games, and then who was the third guy? Exactly. You can't even remember. Like I know who it was, but you can't even remember. Okay, this year in a short 4 months we got Whittington, Isaiah Nair, Billingsley, the cat from Iowa State that we just got, the super quick cat. I forget his name. Shoot.
Yeah, scored 2 TDs against us.
Man, what is his name?
He was just on it last night.
Yeah, brain fart. But I mean, he has added so many weapons that now our backups are going to be weapons. Like our backups are just as good almost as our starters. That's what I'm most excited about. We're finna put up some points, dude. If you get tired of chasing X up and down the field and he's wearing you out, and then coach puts in Brendan Thompson, the legitimate fastest dude, probably. Like, come on. That's another thing. They mentioned Troy's back, and that he's going to be playing this year. So there's another weapon.
And Whittington said it himself, he's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, weapons after weapons, dude. This Sark is the real deal with this.
Iowa State boy would be playing in the slot for us.
Yeah, Sark. Yeah, that's what Whittington said. Yep. Yeah, but Sark has put in some
Don't
real weapons.
don't forget your main point you're missing. What leads that receiver room?
The quarterback.
No, Brent Blenek, this darn award, Henry, the receiver award.
Oh, go ahead and say it.
No, you're not gonna clown
Go ahead.
Blenikov.
Oh, wow. Bolitnikov.
Yeah,
The Bolitnikov.
Blenikov.
Wow.
You can't say it. Anyway, look. You're a receiver coach, bro.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Marion. Yeah.
I can sit here and talk about all these men when they're irrelevant if they have nobody leading them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need a good receiver coach. And we had who before him? What was his name?
Exactly.
He was the worst.
Andre Coleman.
Andre Coleman, the worst receiver coach.
I would say the worst.
He was bad, man. He was bad, man. He stunk so bad I smelled his socks through his feet. He stunk.
I know someone like that.
No. You don't put that juju on me over here.
Don't put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
Hey. What you got to get a peek in that basket? Not a peek in them shoes, though.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what the offense does this year. It could be honestly unreal.
Absolutely.
It could be. I'm thinking, man, we might not never sit down once the offense is on the field.
Standing the whole game like we should.
Yep. And there's just so many weapons. I mean, now in the backfield, the tight end room, the wide receiver room, the quarterback room. In one season, he's just flipped the script on the roster, and it's amazing.
I got a question for you.
It's incredible.
We all know Quinn's starting. I mean, it's been in the air too long. Nobody even refers to Hudson as a battle anymore. Nobody even talks about a battle. But they may talk about a battle in that coaching staff and to them in that quarterback room. But the rest of the nation is not talking about no battle. And if Shark would have put Hudson in game 1, you're talking about a riot in DKR Stadium. I'm just saying, you're talking about a potential riot in DKR Stadium, especially if something bad happens with Hudson Card in there and you're starting him over Quinn.
And Sark we trust. I wouldn't riot.
It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Even ESPN is talking about Quinn being the starter.
Yeah. So, what kind of game do you think Quinn's going to have against ULM?
It's going to be, I don't know, 50-0. It's going to be like the Rice game last year.
All right. So you think it's just
we'll see both quarterbacks that game. Guaranteed.
So you think we're not going to have any hiccups? No.
The first game against Louisiana Monroe? Absolutely. John's fitting to grab 150 in the first 2 quarters.
All right, so we scoring 50-0, okay? Brings me to my next thought. Alabama. What is a good prediction you got for this one? What kind of outlook with Bryce Young coming back as the Heisman winner? Will Anderson at linebacker, who's going to be in Quinn's face all
That's what I'm most scared of. I mean, you remember in the interview, Quinn taking a hit since high school.
Yeah.
And Will Anderson ain't no punk. He's been in college for a second, bro. Like
Yeah.
he knows how to hurt
First
people.
rounder and chose to stay.
He knows how to hurt people
Yeah.
when he hits them. Like, and wow.
That's
We got to pray that day.
Will Anderson and Quinn Ewers going at it. You know, Bajan and Roshan are going to have to put up some blocking in this game.
The freshmen that we're fixing to start are going to have to. How feasible, man? Like you were freshmen going against this senior linebacker that's just a monster, dude. Like he's Micah Parsons all over.
He's Bigfoot in a football uniform.
He's everywhere, man. He's fast. He's strong. He's
coming.
He's coming. Choo choo. Yeah. Choo choo.
Yeah, I feel that man, if we can get some supporting block from the tight ends and the running backs, because you know the line's gonna do what the line's gonna do. We're gonna have to just see that battle play out through the season because that's got a lot of question marks of its own. But we know these tight ends and running backs are balanced all the way around. They're not just particular to catching, particular to just blocking, and the running backs ain't just runners. You know, they can all do it all. So I'm really looking forward to see these tight ends and running backs given some support in the blocking game to help Quinn Ewers from this avalanche of a defense. Because if that can happen, we know our defense ain't all there like we want it to be, especially against an Alabama. So we'll have ourselves a shootout, and we'll see who can put up more points. It's gonna be, if that's the case, and we can get some support from the tight ends and running backs to help Quinn out, big runs every now and then, we can have ourselves just a shootout.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Bajan Robinson on the outside against Will Anderson and see what kind of stiff arm he shows that dude. I'm truly excited about that. It's completely different. I'm worried as shit that Quinn's gonna get hurt, and then I'm like, Bajan might hurt that dude, might break his ankles. You never know.
Bajan or Roshan, because I give Roshan his credit because he is the dog.
Absolutely.
If one of those two do something to Will Anderson that gets us hype in the first quarter, I got nothing but confidence in the game from there on. One of them do something to Will Anderson and embarrass him, Roshan break his ankles, or Bajan blessing that man with the word of Christ. Then I mean,
that's what he's doing. He's baptizing folks on the field. He's baptizing them. Bam. In the name of Jesus, get out. Yes. Yes. Oh, baptize them, Bajan. Yes. We just made the new slogan, bro.
We need to get us a billboard for this game. And put Bajan Robinson, put the Heisman Trophy on there, and put Bajan Robinson baptizing folks out here.
I was gonna say we need to do a highlight reel of all his stiff arms, and then name it Bajan's baptisms. Baptisms by Bajan. Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I want to put that on social media right now.
And, yeah.
We have to make that video before somebody else does. That's sick. Yeah, we've got so many weapons on offense, so I can't wait till the defensive guys start coming in, and because that's what really makes it exciting when your defense is feared by the other offense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they're actually scared of you, there's nothing better than that. Our defense used to be feared a long time ago.
Sir, getting there a little bit. I can't believe I gotta have this shit till. I literally have to have this mullet till April of 2024.
Why?
That's when Quentin Ewers would be drafted.
Okay.
I gotta do it for the Ewers. What you talking about? That's the whole point of growing, motherfucker. Why would I stop now? Like, yeah, I'm gonna grow a mullet for Ewers, and I'm just gonna cut it before the season even starts. I'm trying to go to these games with the full mullet, and this motherfucker is taking forever to grow.
It really is, dude. I feel like my hair is like past my shoulders. It almost is. Little bone in the back of your neck.
Huh?
It's past that little bone in the back of your neck. Let's see how long the top is. Past my chin.
Yeah, I don't let my top get long. Top short.
Yeah, I can't wait for the defense to. I really think the defense is going to be a lot better with the help of Gary Patterson. There's no way you get a guy like Gary Patterson and then have the worst defense in the league like we did last year. And like when we say worst defense, we literally mean out of 130 teams, we had damn near the worst.
Well, we know now Anthony Cook is leading the DBs.
Which is good.
I've been
That's good.
Since the day he stepped on campus, all the way back. I remember, man, the Under Armour game, him and freaking. No, I think he went to the All-American. Don't remember. I know Caden Stearns went to the All-American, but I know Foster and Overshawn were in the Under Armour game. Cook, I want to say, man, that's a flip. I'm not sure, but either way, all them dogs about balled out, and that was the greatest DB recruiting class of all time.
And it did us nothing for us.
Not yet. This is the last year because you still got Cook,
Jameson.
You got Overshawn. They're all three there. We lost Jalen Green. We lost Caden Stearns in the NFL. We lost B.J. Foster. Jalen Green went to Mississippi State, I believe, or Georgia Tech, one or the other. And then B.J. Foster, we lost Sam Houston State University. But yeah, off the top of the head that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't believe we're fit to see Overshawn on playing edge.
We're going to see him playing on Sundays for a long time. Like I
Dude,
said,
we've used Overshawn more than probably any player has ever been used before. Safety, linebacker, and now edge. Like, that man's going to know a defense when he gets to the NFL.
And he's got a freakish style body.
Yeah.
Like a giant grasshopper.
He's going to see things from so many different levels of the defense, from back there in the back, and he's just watching everything, to being in the box and seeing all the big boys and having to see around them and all that. And then
now having to be a big boy.
Yeah, and be on the line. Like, God, that man, it's like the Roshan of the defense, man. He's just, whatever you got to do.
I know he wasn't able to put the weight on he wanted this first half of the year. I'm sure during this summer he's been able to get more weight on, but I know there was a injury he was dealing with at one point, a small one, and then some other issues, and wasn't able to gain quite the weight he needed to gain. And that's something he's been lacking each offseason since he's been in the linebacker situation. He's been needing to put on the muscle and the weight. And each offseason, there's been injury issues or some kind of issue that's been keeping him from able to put on the weight that he actually needs. But body style in general.
Yeah, he's like the Roshan. Just put me where you need me, coach, and I'm gonna do my help you. Yeah. I love that about him.
Oh, Roshan, man. That's a dog right there. But we're on the defense, so let him not get back to offense all of a sudden.
I know, because we can talk about the offense from here on out every day.
All day.
Yeah, till game one. That offense.
So
Woo.
I got a Josh Pate question.
Okay.
If we lose to Alabama and we lose to Alabama bad, do we have a do we start losing the team like we did last year, and then start having lacking of faith?
I don't think so. I think last year we had more bad apples than good apples. And this year we have more good apples than bad apples. So I think the good outweigh the bad. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was such an embarrassment last year, and they're having to deal with so much crap this year from that last season. Nah, there's no way these boys are going to lose like that again.
So what's the final score against Alabama you would call out there?
What I hope it's going to be is close. I hope it's like 42-30. I would be fine with that.
Not too less than 30.
Yeah, I'd be fine with a 2-score game, just not 2 touchdowns, like a touchdown and a field goal.
I'd go with probably like 38-28 with us losing. But if we were to win, it would have to be
By a field goal.
No, I would think we don't have a kicker like that. We don't know.
Oh, we got a kicker, baby. It's Texas. We always got a kicker.
Well, we're going to have to find out. We said that about a punter. We went some years without no good punter now.
What's his name? Matt Stone.
Been gone for some years.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about our kicker. I think his name is Matt Stone.
But,
I could be wrong on that, though.
Yeah, he made that good kick there in the spring game.
I know the punter's that Australian Isaac Parsons. Isaac Patterson.
Anyway, my point is, if we're able to do what I said with the tight ends and running backs, and we have ourselves a shootout, then if we win, it's going to be like a 48, 51, 55, 58. It's going to be up there because it's going to be just two extreme offenses just bombing them out. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, nah, Texas can't do that against Alabama's defense.
Watch it. We got weapons. We got weapons.
You got to see if this is all going to come together, this all-star team.
We're coming into a gunfight with a laser beam from the sky. Like, it's not even going to be fair. We have so much speed. Like, that's when you know you're good, when your backups can come in and do this, put up the same stats as the starters. And I truly believe that that's going to happen on offense with the tight ends, with the running backs, and with the receivers. The backups are going to be just as good as the starters. And that's what it takes to win championships.
Yeah.
If we could get that on the defense side of the ball too, like, we'd be having conversations about statistics and not, are we going to lose to Alabama by 2 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns? We'd be talking about statistics. This man's game, shoot.
So, Oklahoma. I know we're going to be at UTSA, so we'll get into real prediction later. We're just going to the big ones right now. But Oklahoma, they're blowing and going, Gap. They got fire hoses in their mouth. Big ones. Big, wet fire hoses.
Like this big, bro.
Dislocating jaws.
Yeah. You got it. If you put the whole fire hose in your mouth, your jaw dislocates. 100%. Just wow. What is that coach talking about? Shoot.
Yeah, like, oh, that's so bad. So, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to go into any predictions with this. I'm just going to just talk. Brent Venables and this Oklahoma Sooner team, I think they're going to go undefeated into Texas, into the Red River rivalry.
You think they're going to beat Nebraska?
That's what I was getting to. But they have to play Nebraska. I think Dylan Gabriel, we just got to see what Nebraska's going with. But right now, Nebraska wins too many close games, and I think that's going to be a close game. And Casey Thompson hasn't really, for Texas, won any close games. He wins them when we're winning big. But when it comes down to the nail biters, he ain't winning. And Nebraska hasn't been winning nail biters. OU wins nail biters. Then again, that's under Lincoln Riley. But Brent Venables, I mean, I'm not knocking Brent Venables. I'm not at least keeping Norman at a 10-win season still. Now, they're not going to be just dominating the Big 12 Conference Championship. But with the bowl game included, I still see Norman getting 10 wins.
Yeah. I don't, but cool.
He said, but cool.
I think they'll lose more than that. I think Casey Thompson's gonna light their fucking asses up. My bad, I didn't mean to cuss. I think he's gonna light them up. He lit them up last season. And still lost.
You gotta look at it for us though, man. It's better if he doesn't.
No, anytime Oklahoma loses is good for me.
So you want
Oklahoma.
So when we finally smack their asses, you want them already having a loss.
Sure, if they have 2 or 3, that's fine too. Because I mean, I put my foot in their head in the mud.
Not how the Red River
Yes.
Play. The Red River
I hate Oklahoma.
Play, but 2 undefeated Texas and Oklahoma teams. That's how the Red Rivalry. Mac Brown said it himself 15, 20 years ago. The Red River rivalry is not supposed to be played in any other fashion than both teams being undefeated and ranked.
Okay. Well, I'd rather have them. I don't care.
Whatever Oklahoma does after week 7 is whatever they do. They can lose every game after that, but I want them to at least keep their asses undefeated playing us. They better show us some motherfucking respect about not wussing out by the time they get to us.
I hope Casey puts up 50 on them.
It ain't gonna hurt my feelings if they don't. But I just personally love to see an undefeated Red River rivalry game. It makes the atmosphere way more intense, and it's just because we could be seeing some Venables and Sarkisian for the next decade in this SEC.
Oh yeah, we're actually. I mean, if he does good, we'll see him. If he doesn't get ran out
for blowing and going.
For blowing, apparently he's sucking off the right things.
2-year-old children, and you teaching them to blow and go. No, coach.
No, coach. No, sir. Don't do it. Don't do it, kids. Kids, if you want to learn to blow and go, Oklahoma.
I think regardless, I think this is the year Texas beats Oklahoma bad. I think Norman has that bus ride up 45, I believe, is what they take back to Oklahoma from that stadium. I hope they go back hurt. I want to see 58, 63 to 3. I want it to be bad.
Me too.
Bad.
Me too.
Oklahoma to look so lost. It's just like, man.
Make them look stupid for once, like they've made us look like the past 30 years. Yeah, I mean, we've just looked silly. That hype video that you showed me, his name, whatever his name is on Oklahoma, just made our defense look silly. Just silly.
Oh, you talking about Cedric?
Mm.
Or CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, it's probably him.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb broke like 6 of our guys.
Yeah, on one play. And it's like, oh my God.
And that was like 2019 season, I believe.
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that hype video, y'all go check that out. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's on the highlight YouTube, which is our channel to actually search. But
it's really good.
Yeah, Demo is the cover of the video. That's all I can remember at the moment. When you see Demo on the cover of the Texas Hot video, go ahead, click it, give it a like, and enjoy it. You'll know it's the right video if you're hearing that rapper Meek Mill singing whatever song he's singing.
You'll know it's the right video when you see all the losses at the beginning of it.
Oh man,
it's the real deal.
That'll get your chest burning.
That's right. We got to start off strong against Louisiana Monroe. Got to start off.
I think Louisiana Monroe, I'm going to be watching the defense more than anything and the offensive line more than anything because we know what our weapons can do, but I want to see any little flaws in our defense and our line that I need to be paying attention for the rest of the season, including with Alabama being next.
That's probably exactly what Gary Patterson's saying, Steve-O. Exactly what you said. I'm going to be watching the defense and the offensive line. The weapons are the weapons. Everybody knows about the country knows about the weapons.
There'll be highlights to watch on YouTube to see all the big plays from all the star positions. There ain't going to be no highlights. No highlights.
Bro.
That O-line go against each other.
We have the possibility of being in ESPN's top 10 plays of the week every single week. We have a possibility of that. With this quarterback, the receivers, these running backs, these tight ends. How long is it going to be before JT Sanders pops a one-handed catch on one of these defenses? You know what I mean?
Hello.
Oh, speaking of that, I love how Bijan said he had the best hands on the team. And Jay Witt said he's the fastest. Like, I love the attitudes of these cats right now, boy.
Hey, dude,
man.
I think one of the most exciting things is Bijan Williams saying, yeah, I went to Calvin Banks and started trying to joke with him while he was lifting. And he just looked at me like, who are you? Leave me alone.
Yeah, don't you see I'm working out here, bro? he's doing a curl in one hand, eating a cheeseburger in the
other. Can't you see I'm busy?
Shoot.
Yeah, that's the kind of O-line, man, I want. Like Bijan said, he's like, yeah, that's the kind of dog I want protecting me.
Yeah. Same on defense, too, man. That's the kind of dogs we need. Even worse. Kind of when you walk by them, they bark at you.
How big Sam Cosmi was when you got to shake his hand?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it hurt.
Now, Calvin Banks is going to be a lot bigger than him.
I know.
Think of that.
Hey, Cam Williams is already bigger than him.
Yeah. Don't even try to shake their hands, Henry. They're going to break your hand.
I'm going to. You know me.
He said, I'm going to. Squeeze
it, Squeeze that sucker, man. See if you can hurt me. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
If you break a bone, just know you're going to have to tough it out until after the game's done.
Absolutely. Or I could milk it and try to get in the players' medical section. Oh, man, I'm hurt. It's y'all's fault.
y'all's fault.
The floor was wet. Sir, we saw you shaking Cam Williams' hand.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
What was wet?
His hand was wet. Yes.
It would have been the grass, Cat.
Yeah.
Grass is wet, Coach. Like I said, we can't do nothing about that, son. Can't control nature.
All right, well, we've been on here for a minute.
40 minutes. Any last subjects you want to drop on? Anything other than fire hoses?
Yeah, as long as we keep the fire hose out of our mouths here in Texas, we'll be all right.
How about
hoses in the mouth?
On Nick Saban's comments about NIL and all that. Do you think he's in any kind of risk of losing his throne over the power of all of college football? Or you think everybody's just bluffing? Because the man does sound nervous the way he's predicting. He's pretty much saying that college football is going to be going to this NFL style. You think he's losing control?
I don't think Alabama will lose their control until he retires. I just don't. They might not win as much as they're doing now, but they're not going anywhere. Not until he's gone.
You think he needs to be more open to the NIL and busting out that money?
I mean, he got Bryce Young $1 million before Bryce Young even stepped on campus. So yeah.
Yeah, but he's really not for the NIL. He's really against it. I mean, do you think he needs to be? I guess my question would be more along the lines. Do you think he needs to be more open and accepting to this change, and not be more nagging about it? Because it's irrelevant. It's coming. And he knows it. He said it himself. It's coming.
Oh yeah, super conferences are on the way.
You think he'll have more success accepting it with a more positive attitude than this negative attitude he has now towards it?
Yeah, probably.
Gripey. Because he doesn't seem gripey.
Because, Dabo Swinney has not accepted the transfer portal yet, and Clemson. So, I mean, you have to change with the weather. You know what I mean? Like, if you stay in shorts during the winter, you're gonna freeze, and if you stay in your winter clothes during the summer, you're gonna die of heat stroke. Yeah. You got to change with the seasons, and every season is changing with the transfer portal. A couple years ago, now NIL this year, targeting being brought up. A few years ago, like you have to change every freaking year. Just you have to, especially this day and age. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, I appreciate you being on here with me, Henry, like always. We'll be back next Sunday like we always are. Sometimes we're not able to make it, but the majority of every Sunday night you will catch us here on YouTube, #40Acre Addicts. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. And next week, I want to say we'll try to dive into some fall camp talk and maybe some season predictions. And by mid-August, we'll definitely drop. Probably like August 1st, so like 2 weeks, Sunday after next, we'll probably be back on here for sure to drop a video of real season predictions with real numbers out on what we think is going to be win. We'll have it up here on the screen. Take me a little bit of extra editing, but I know I can get it done. And we'll see y'all then. Love y'all, Longhorn Nation.